Hey, what's up guys? Inner Otaku here, and today I'm going to be doing my third character spotlight on Olympia, the Amethyst Fist. She has recently been revealed to be added to the base cast of Rivals of Aether, and today I think I'd like to talk about her workshop version, as I'm one of the 3 major Olympia players in the workshop community. Olympia is a very fun, very good Shoto in workshop, and there's no character quite like her. And with her central gimmick of Crystal, Olympia's combo game is through the roof and has a capacity like no other. Now, let's start with Olympia's normals. Her first normal we're going to talk about today is her jab. Her jab is a quick 1-2-3 of her punching, folding over arms, and then going with a big overhead sweep at the end. This jab is really good, but you have to be careful because it is not safe on hit and you will never be able to connect to your second or third jabs if your opponent techs. Down tilt is a close range kick where Olympia kicks down. This move is very tiny like a lot of Olympia's normals, but it is very good for setting up tech chasing and sends at a good angle for follow-ups. The final tilt we're going to be talking about is up tilt. Up tilt is an overhead kick Olympia does. This move is honestly not that good and has a lot of problems, but it does have a spike hitbox at the end kick when Olympia's foot comes down, which has its uses. But overall, this move isn't really something you're going to be using with Olympia currently. F tilt is the next move we're going to be talking about. F tilt is Olympia pushing out with her fist. This is a very powerful move and is one of Olympia's better moves for setting up for killing. The final normal we're going to be talking about is dash attack. Dash attack is a shoulder bash from Olympia coming in. This move is one of Olympia's better moves right now because it is really spammable and is one of the best ways to close in on someone, especially with the field cancel stuff we're going to be talking about later. Now, let's discuss aerials. Let's start with Olympia's best aerial, Nair. Nair is Olympia kicking twice in the air, but this move is very good for Olympia's kid. Without this move, Olympia would be a lot worse. This move is her combo tool. This move is her big move to approach with. Olympia needs Nair currently, and you're going to be using Nair in a lot of your setups. Nair up B, Nair forward air, Nair back air, Nair anything basically right now. Even Nair. You're going to be wanting to practice Nair a lot with your Olympia and make sure you're getting every use of it after every time you hit it. Forward air is Olympia punching in the air with her fist. This move is very strong and very good as well. I would consider this Olympia's other best aerial if you skip Nair, obviously. This move is very strong, like I said before, and has a spike hitbox. The spike hitbox is also very strong. So this move is very good overall. Next area we're going to be discussing is down air. Down air is a very good aerial. It's Olympia punching downwards. And if you see, she punches a little bit outwards. So yes, this move does spike, and yes, it sends out a little bit, making it very useful for setting up into field combos and just spiking people off stage. The spike is very strong, and this move is both a combo and a spike tool. It's very good. The next area we're going to be discussing is back air. Olympia back air is her kicking backwards. This move is one of Olympia's biggest moves right now, sadly, and even as you can see, it's still pretty small. Even with this size, though, this move is what you're going to be using to approach with a lot of times, because with something we'll discuss later called down B cancels, you'll be able to use those to boost yourself forward to hit a back air, and back air will help you set up into other stuff. The final area we'll be discussing is up air. Up air is, in my opinion, Olympia's worst aerial. Personally, I don't use it too much, but it does have setups like you can get up air, up B. Up air, like if you can't tell with a lot of our other aerials and moves, have a spike hitbox. The spike hitbox isn't very good, but it is super flashy. Hitting the spike hitbox off stage on someone is very fun every time. This move, like I said, isn't that good, but has its use. Now, let's move on to specials. And why not start with the special that defines Olympia as the Amethyst Fist, her crystal. Now, her crystal is very good. It has so many tools to your disposal, and this move will be your neutral, it'll be your combo game, it'll be your finishing game, it'll be everything for you. Olympia without crystal would have so much of a harder time. So, let's talk about what the crystal does first. Crystal is just a normal projectile at first, but if you press N special again while it's flying, or it hits an opponent, it turns into field. Now, while in field, your opponent gets stunned if you're not in field. But if you're in field, you boost towards the field and bounce off, which is an attack. That move can be hit followed, by the way. Not many people know that, which makes it very good as well. This move also gives you turbo mode while you're inside of it. So while you're inside, you basically can do whatever you want to your opponent and they can't really do anything about it. But the drawback to Crystal is that if your opponent hits it, it goes away. So basically you have to keep in mind the spacing of Crystal, where your opponent is, and what you want to be doing with Crystal. Crystal makes Olympia extremely versatile, and you're going to be wanting to practice Crystal Turbo Mode field cancels and just Crystal stun combos as well. Trust me, this move, once you understand it, will help you so much in your endeavors. Let's talk about our next special, Up Special. Up Special is Olympia spinning into the air to deliver a finish at the end. This move is a very good combo ender, and I'd even like to use it as a combo starter. It's very good because it sends your opponent very high in the air, and the finishing kick makes it very good for finishing off. It's also very fast. Now, let's talk about Olympia's next move, Down B. Down B is focus attack. While in Down B, Olympia has Aetherless Fair Soft Armor, meaning she can tank a few hits before getting kicked out of the move. If she tanks a couple hits and then afterwards she hits you with a stun move, this move can be very good for killing your opponent or even starting a combo. But if you don't want to do that, you can press parry during the move and you go zooming. This is a very good move because Olympia is a very slow character. So you're going to want to be using this a lot to get around with your really low speed that you currently have with Olympia. The final special we'll be talking about today is F Special. F Special is Olympia focusing a punch and then launching forward with the punch. This move is very good for killing your opponents because it has very high knockback, if it's fully charged of course. But if you jump as you launch the move, you go flying as well because the move is jump cancelable. This makes it very good as well, just like Down B for approaching your opponent. And you can get in very quick and very fast, or even fake your opponent out to bait a parry and then hit them with a deadly follow-up. Now, let's talk about Olympia Strongs. Up Strong is Olympia pushing her fists together and making a little small crystal gem explosion and then releasing it. This move is very strong and one of Olympia's best kill options and one of the strongest moves in the entire game. This move will Galaxy Zetter at mid-stage at 109. This move also, kind of like Aetherless, has a really good Dacus, so she can kind of zoom across the stage with it to make up space for her slow speed and kill you off of it. Now let's talk about Olympia F Strong. Olympia F Strong is her pushing out her fist in both waves, which hits on both sides. This move is really strong, but really slow as well, so it's a lot of drawback to using it. Now, the final strong we talk about today is Down Strong. Down Strong is Olympia slamming her fist in the ground. This causes a little crystal explosion, making the move deal decent knockback actually. The real advantage of this move though is its speed. This is by far Olympia's fastest strong and has the least amount of hit pause, making this a very good move for mixing up your opponent when they're not ready to DI.
Now, with that general description and overview of the character over, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I am very excited to see Olympia coming to Rivals of Aether Basecast this year. It's going to be a very big thing for the workshop community and the Basecast community, and I hope this can finally start bridging the gap between the two communities. I hope you all go out there and enjoy her, and thank you for watching.